Yeah, what's good? It's old man Gordito. And I'm just gonna get straight to the point. Um, all you so-called protectors of black women who are trying to use Raji Sharif Black to paint a whole picture of the men, well, the Black Manosphere in particular, are full of shit. Okay? You're full of shit, and like always, you just wanna use something to try to destroy the Black Manosphere. And the reason why I say you're full of shit is because we have all these stories coming out of Philadelphia and nobody's talking. Well, the only person talking about it is Ock Nation. Shout out to him. But nobody else is talking about these stories. So I'm trying to figure out if you all who are the protectors, well, who want to protect black women or who say that we should be protecting black women, well, why aren't y'all talking about these? And I just have like three short clips and we're just going to start playing them. All right, let's go.
The heartbroken mother of a murder victim speaks to Fox 29 about the point-blank shooting of her 28-year-old daughter. It comes as violence against women in particular is spiking in Philadelphia. I'm Shayna Humphreys.
I'm Jason Martinez. 60 women have been killed in Philadelphia so far this year, a 50% increase from last year. Our Kelly Rule live at police headquarters tonight. Kelly.
So he said a 50% increase. 60. And this was in November, right? Yeah, it's not even over yet.
Yeah, Jason and Shayna, a disturbing trend we're seeing here in the city, and the family of 28-year-old Shemeka Franklin tells me she was a mom to an 8-year-old, a 2-year-old, and only an 8-month-old. Police say she was shot at point-blank range 6 times, a murder they feel was premeditated.
You took my daughter away from me. You took my daughter away from her kids.
Fatima Johnson says her 28-year-old daughter, Shemeka Franklin, was a mother to 3, 8 years old, 2 years old, and 8 months old. Police say this man was clearly looking for her at Willard and G Streets in Kensington around 5 in the.
So I wonder if his face is going to be plastered all over these videos in this sector. I wonder if his face is going to be plastered all over it.
Evening Sunday. Here's the surveillance video. As soon as she gets close, police say he fires at least 6 times at point blank range, killing her.
This is obviously
shot a mother of 3 6 times, point blank range. I want y'all to look at this. He shot her 6 times in broad daylight. And nothing was said.
a very premeditated act. Very important that we get this individual off the street. This is an act that really, when you watch the video, it's horrific to see this act.
And it's brutal. It looks like this was personal.
40 women were killed in 2020. This year, 60 women were killed, and the year is not over. Police say domestic motives in this year's homicides are up 94%, though they don't know if that's the case in Franklin's murder.
She didn't see this coming. She didn't see it coming at all.
Wednesday, police also asked for the public's help in 2 other cases. The double murder of 56-year-old Constance Marshall and 31-year-old Irene McNair in an illegal speakeasy.
So Irene, she was a mother of 6, and she was shot and killed. This happened in November as well.
On Ridge Avenue Thursday night, and the whereabouts of 33-year-old James White, accused of shooting his girlfriend on October 28th. Johnson, too, wants justice.
She didn't deserve this. Nobody deserved to die like she did. That was brutal what you did. Turn yourself in, because you will be caught. You will be caught, and I have no mercy on you.
I hear you. I couldn't imagine if something like that happened to my kid. I don't even want to imagine that.
Now, police did say today they are working with their partners to try to be proactive and prevent this violent trend from continuing. Of course, anybody with any information on any of these cases is asked to come forward.
This is a separate case I'm going to tell you about. The ex-boyfriend of Sakia Patton is facing murder and weapons charges this morning for killing her
This
in
is story
front of
number
her
2.
twins. And so he turned himself in yesterday after a 4-day manhunt.
So Steve Keeley is live with the latest on that case. Seems like there's been so many.
Too many.
So basically, he shot his girlfriend, well, I think it was his ex-girlfriend, in front of her 2 children. So her 2 children, for the rest of their lives, are going to have to envision that for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, this is Donovan Crawford. Now, look, he's a convicted felon, so he's not allowed to own a gun. So that's where the weapons charge comes from.
Uh-oh. A convicted felon. So are we going to have endless upon endless upon endless of live streams about this guy? Or is it just when it's an educated, well, a quote-unquote educated lame or a quote-unquote incel? You know, it's okay to have live stream after live stream after live stream about them, but you got this felon here and nothing was said.
We've learned that euphemism from police, VUFA, Violation of Uniform Firearms Act, that's among the charges. And you'll hear from prosecutors how she was about to get a stay-away order. Or how many times have we seen women in this area or around the country killed even though they have a restraining order? Because it's not like you can hold up that piece of paper and it's going to block the bullets or a knife or a punch when these guys are coming at you. So the saddest part of this is we approach the end of the year and we talk about 500 homicides, which we're right on the brink of right now officially. You have double the number of domestic violence murders against women in Philadelphia and nearly triple the number of females killed, meaning we have those 3 13-year-old girls gunned down who happen to be so close to a shootout this year. And this happens Friday in front of her twin boys after school after 3 in the afternoon.
But nothing has been said. Come on, y'all. The protectors of black women. Remember, we're supposed to protect them. So why y'all ain't talking about this?
And you got these little kids that you think of right now, instead of looking forward to Santa Claus or making paper turkeys, they watch their mother get shot and killed on the sidewalk in front of them. They'll have to live with that the rest of their life.
An approximately 24-year-old black female was shot once in the left chest, once in the left arm, and twice in the right lower back by a known doer.
He was an ex-boyfriend of the victim.
Had she had a restraining order against him?
She was in the process of getting a stay-away order from him.
She was walking with her 2 5-year-old twins.
Look at him.
She was
Look at him. Look at him.
taken to Presbyterian, where she was later
He can't even
pronounced.
talk.
We're approaching Thanksgiving, and unfortunately, the holidays see even more domestic cases. So it's really sad. I did hear the statistics this morning on the news, how many women have been actually killed in Philadelphia this year. It's staggering.
Well, to hear Larry Krasner, who has now handled probably hundreds.
We don't hear from these protectors of black women, though. We don't hear from them.
Of murders, to see his voice break like others who see this stuff or report on this stuff or legally handle this stuff in a courthouse, it still gets to you, even when you have the strength and the power to do something about it. And that's a good sign, whether you like Mr. Krasner or not, to know that he feels it in his heart as much as he's trying to fight it in his brain, like everybody here at police headquarters is doing on both accounts as well. So
On Saturday, November 20th, at about 8:30 p.m. on the 6100 block of Palmetto Street in the 2nd Police District.
Now, this is the third story about Jessica Covington. She was 7 months pregnant. Yeah, I think she was 7 months pregnant. And she was shot in the head and shot in the stomach. Coming home from her baby shower. She made sure her mom was in the house. She came back out to grab the gifts out the car, and someone pulled up, shot her in the head and in the stomach. Both Jessica and the baby died.
District. An approximately 32-year-old black female who was 7 months pregnant was shot once in the head and once in the stomach. She was transported to Einstein, where she was pronounced.
Look at him, choking up. Choking up. Yo, I would be too. If you hear this, I mean, imagine how many times he hears these stories. Imagine that.
Her child was pronounced too. No arrest has been made at this time by the PPD. No weapon has been recovered. Anyone with information, please call 215-686-3334. This is a case with a $50,000 reward. Please be aware that homicide detectives have been working nonstop and doing an amazing job with this case.
Yeah, that's it. Good night. And again, you all are full of shit.